Good.
How you doing, man? My name's Anthony DePerna. You can call me Anthony. What's your name?
I'm Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. How you doing today?
I'm not doing too bad.
Not doing too bad,
No, I'm alright.
Good. What are your interests?
No, I like sports. I like to watch football, play baseball. I like to play video games, just hang out and relax. Normal stuff.
I'm a big football guy too. What's your favorite team?
I like the Steelers.
Okay. Steelers are a great team.
Yeah, I know
Good.
it's weird because I'm from Baltimore, but I like the Steelers.
hmm Well, here's what's gonna happen today. We're gonna, since you're here for your probation or parole meeting, excuse me, we're gonna go over what's going on and everything. It'll take about 30-45 minutes. So this meeting's gonna be about 30 to 45 minutes, and then we'll take a small break where I can look over my notes and provide feedback for you. And you have any questions?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, I just want to let you know there's really no guarantee of confidentiality since you're here on parole. If you confide in me that you're back to selling drugs or whatever you did to get you back into prison, I'm going to have to go back to the judge and they might violate your parole. So just so you know that. But how are things going for you?
Well, they're not going so well ever since I've got out. I mean, it's kind of tough. My mom's kicking me out. I don't have a job yet. I just got out of prison. Not many people are willing to hire me, and I don't know. It's just been tough.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. Your mom. I mean, it's always tough getting kicked out on the street. You know what I mean? But what can we do to help you?
And I think the biggest thing would probably be just me finding a job so I can have a source of steady income, so I don't turn back to selling drugs. Because I mean, if I don't find a job sooner or later, I'm gonna need to make money, and I'm gonna have to do whatever I can to get it. So
What got you in the jail?
well, I actually got arrested. I was selling heroin, and I sold it to an undercover cop, and I got busted for that and went to jail for 2 years, but I got out early because for good behavior. So
Okay, so you kind of didn't really want to go to jail, you know?
no, jail's not for me.
So what have you been doing since you've been out?
Well, I've only been out for a week, so I went home, saw my sisters, my grandma, my mom, and then she wasn't still wasn't happy with me and told me she was kicking me out. I mean, my dad's not there, so she's working to support my sisters and our grandmother, so she told me just to get out. She's trying to save up money and just help support my sisters. I'm old enough to be out on my own. She just kicked me to the curb.
It's kind of rough.
Yeah.
What have you been doing since you've been out? You doing trying to find a job or anything?
I've been looking for a few jobs. I haven't had any success yet, but after my mom kicked me out, I went and just crashed at my friend's place for a while, and I've just been looking for a job and living with him for now. So
all right. So you go to sleep tonight, right? And you wake up tomorrow morning, and a miracle has happened. What do you notice that this miracle? What's happened?
Well, I'd probably just be employed somewhere, working. I'm pretty good with my hands. I could do construction. I know how to work like backloaders and things like that. I've done construction before. I mean, I could do some carpentry or cement work. I mean, if I could find a job doing that, I feel like I'd have enough money where I could support myself and stop selling drugs, and I feel like I'd notice that first.
What else would happen?
Well, my mom let me come back, not necessarily to live with her, but she wouldn't be so disappointed in me, and I could, come back sometimes when I wanted to, and just go back and live with her or hang out whenever I wanted.
So I'm guessing she would be the first person to notice that this miracle happened. You think?
either her or my grandmother would probably notice
Mhm.
it first. They'd see I'd be behaving differently. I wouldn't be out all night. You know, I'd just be working all day. Just normal job. I wouldn't be out all night hanging out with the wrong crowd. You know.
Anyone else would notice?
My sisters would notice too. I
Mhm.
mean, they're real important to me. I'd take them. I'd probably take them out once I had some extra money. I used to use some of the money I got from selling drugs to buy them some things to help support them. But I mean, they'd probably notice also. I mean, they'd notice that I'd be a little happier. I wouldn't have to be out on the street all night, and they think I was. They'd probably like to be around me a little more.
Yeah. How is your relationship with them?
It's still. They were upset when I went to jail, but it's still. They still love me. I still talk to them all the time. They're real important to me.
Mhm. What would they notice that would be different after this miracle?
Well, they probably noticed that. I mean, I'd still talk to them all the time. Still buy them things. I mean, they'd probably just notice how I'd live my life a little differently. I wouldn't. They didn't like some of my friends I used to hang out with before, so they probably noticed I'd be hanging out with different people and just doing things differently.
That's good. What would be the first thing you would do if the miracle happened?
The first thing I would do.
It doesn't have to be big, or it can be small. What would just be the first thing you did?
It's kind of tough. Well, I would probably move out of my friend's house and try to find my own place to live, and probably help.
So, what would be the first thing you did if this miracle happened?
The first thing I'd do would probably be to move out of my friend's house and get my own place to stay, so I didn't have to keep just mooching off him for all those things, so I could kind of move out on my own and get my life back together.
Now, has there been anything recently that's happened that has been even just a little bit like the miracle, or a lot like the miracle?
Well, whenever I'm hanging out with my sisters, I don't think about selling drugs or getting back into all that, because they like it a lot better they like it so much better when I don't. And that's only some of the times. Whenever I'm not with them, I'll be sitting at my friend's house. It'll be nighttime. Like, I don't have a job, I don't have any money, so I'm just real close to just going out there and just getting back into it all.
Mm-hmm. Has there been any other times, or excuse me, when was the last time it happened, or the last time you hung out with your sisters?
Probably 2 days after I got out of jail. I just went back to my mom's house. It was like the first day I went back, and I just hung out with them all afternoon, and it felt a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure with your relationship with your sisters, I mean, that's a good thing for both them and you. Now, is there anything else you noticed that was just a little bit or a lot like the miracle?
Well, I'm not sure. My friend doesn't like he's trying to get me out of it too, so whenever I'm hanging around him, I usually aren't thinking about selling drugs, because he's helped me out for now, but he works all the time, so he's never around that much.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm usually just there by myself thinking about what I'm going to do.
So, what's it going to take for a part of this miracle to happen?
Well, it's going to take me getting a job for the first part, and I'll probably have to try a little harder to find one, just take whatever I can get, but that'll probably be the main thing it takes, because I need money to support myself, so I'll get it however I can.
Yeah, money's pretty important. I've liked what I've heard so far. We're going to take a break now and come back in a few minutes, and I'll let you know what I think.
Alright, sounds good.
Alright, well, I did some thinking, and you really have a lot going for you. I mean, I really like the fact that you have a strong relationship with your sisters and the rest of your family, and I like how you're trying to get back to move back in with them and whatnot. I think to do that, though, you're gonna have, the most important thing is gonna have to find a job. I think it's gonna help you a lot in the long term. and the short term, and it'll help you reach that goal of wanting to move out or move back in with your family and get the money to support your family, so that way your mother's not upset with you. Now, do you have any other goals you were thinking about at all?
No, I would just, I'd like to get a job, I'd like to be able to get my own place, help out my family with some of the things, like help buy them some things, just be able to move out so it's one less person. I mean it is now because I'm already kicked out, but I mean just be able to like throw some money to them to help support them a little bit more, but that's me.
Just continue to just be aware of the good things that happen, the things that make you feel like that there's a miracle. The miracle has happened. You know, like hanging out with your friend and just hanging out with your sisters to keep you away from the drugs. I think that's important. I want you this week or between meetings, I want you to really go out there and do whatever you can, do your best to try and find a job, because I think that's the most important thing. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think I understand, so I think I'm alright.
Alright, well, it's good. I'll see you at the same time next week, and we're going to go over your goals and whatnot.
Alright,
Thanks.
thank you.